All right, so we're diving into The Untethered Soul today. This book, man, it's gotten a lot of attention.
It has.
And for good reason, I think. Like, even Deepak Chopra is calling it a glimpse of eternity.
Wow. That's pretty high praise.
Right. But then you've got, like, a Merrill Lynch VP saying it's intellectually challenging,
Yeah.
and a rabbi is all about its practical spirituality.
So it's hitting different people in different ways?
Yeah, it seems like it appeals to folks from all sorts of backgrounds.
That's the thing about this book. It's not about quick fixes or, easy answers.
Yep.
It really encourages this deep dive into, like, ourselves and what reality even is.
And that's exactly what we're doing here, unpacking the big stuff from this book, seeing how it applies to, well, you listening right now.
It's going beyond just reading the words, but actually maybe having some transformation from it, hopefully.
Exactly. So one of the first things the Untethered Soul points out is this, like, mental chatterbox we all have going on, the voice in our head that never shuts up.
Oh, it's like having that roommate who just won't stop talking. They're narrating everything you do,
Every move.
analyzing every single situation, and just giving this running commentary on your entire life.
The book gives this funny example, like, imagine that voice narrating your shower.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oof, water's freezing. Okay, almost done. Wait, that was conditioner? We laugh, but seriously, how often are we actually truly present without that voice butting in?
It's connecting to psychology here, this mental chatter, like what Freud called the ego, that part of us trying to figure everything out, judging it all, and needing control.
But all that inner dialogue, does it mess with how we see things compared to what's really there?
It can, yeah. It distorts things.
So the book is saying, become aware of your inner roommate.
Notice it.
Catch those thoughts, the judgments, the anxieties just spinning around in there.
That awareness is the first step to freedom.
Imagine you're at a baseball game, right? You see the pitches, the hits, the runs, but you're not down there swinging the bat yourself.
You're observing.
That's kind of like witness consciousness, being the observer of all the stuff happening inside you.
Exactly. That simple shift can be huge.
Huge, yeah.
By detaching from our thoughts and emotions, we create space for more peace.
More clarity, too, right?
Yes, and freedom.
Now, that leads to the next big thing. Who are you? Not the labels, the roles, the stories we tell. But who's the one having all those experiences?
The book has this exercise, the Who Are You game.
Oh, I remember that.
You start by asking, who are you? You might say your name, your job, if you're married, whatever. But it keeps pushing.
Deeper. Here.
Who is behind all those labels?
It's like peeling an onion, but there's no center. Just more layers.
Right. It can be unsettling.
Unsettling is a good word for it.
It messes with our need for a solid identity.
But maybe.
Mm.
It also opens us up to, like, experiencing ourselves beyond those stories we tell ourselves.
Exactly. And that's the mindfulness connection, that true self, that witness consciousness. It's not the thoughts and feelings themselves, but the awareness that's watching them.
Instead of identifying with the stuff in our minds, we just become the space where it all happens.
Yes, exactly.
So noisy roommate, and now a sense of self that's kind of slippery, feels like a chaotic place to start.
It might, but awareness is key, right? Just noticing these things, we're already on the journey to freedom.
That's a good point. And speaking of freedom, the book talks about this inner energy, a hidden force that shapes everything.
Oh, this is a fascinating concept.
It is. So we ready to dive into that next?
Let's do it. Inner energy, yeah. It's been around in spirituality forever, but the Untethered Soul makes it, like, practical,
Okay, I'm with you. But we're not talking like chugging an energy drink here, right? What kind of energy are we talking about?
Not the external stuff. Think of it like this. Have you ever felt totally drained? For weeks, maybe months. Then someone you love calls, and bam, energy surge.
Oh, yeah. Your mood changes. Everything feels brighter. It's not just physical. It's, I don't know, emotional, even spiritual.
Exactly. The book says that energy, that's our natural state. It's flowing through us all the time, but we block it.
We block.
With our thoughts, fears, past junk, the whole deal.
So that inner roommate we talked about.
Yeah.
All the chatter, the worry, it's like we're building dams, stopping the energy flow.
Exactly. And that's where the book brings in samskaras.
Samskars. Okay, now it's getting a little mystical sounding.
It's not that bad. Think of them as energetic imprints, like little thorns stuck in your heart from past stuff. Pain, trauma, even good things we cling to too tightly.
Okay, gotta have an example. Real world, how do these samskaras mess with us?
Say you're driving, right?
No.
You see a fancy blue Mustang.
Nice car.
Suddenly you're jealous, you might think, oh, it's just the car, but the book says it's deeper.
It's not the car. It's something that car is bringing you P from way back.
Maybe you were bullied in high school by a kid with a blue Mustang. Or you couldn't buy your dream car years ago. That event, those feelings, it's all stored as a samskara.
Wow. So it's not me being oversensitive. It's these thorn things acting up.
That's the idea. The book argues they block energy flow, creating emotional problems, even physical ones. They keep us repeating old patterns, not living in the now.
Samskaras, thorns, blocking energy. Doesn't sound fun.
It's not, but good news. The untethered soul offers a way out, and it starts with letting go.
Letting go. Okay, I can let go of stress, clutter, but past hurt, trauma. That's tough.
It is tough, no doubt. But the book says true freedom is releasing those thorns, letting them surface, feeling them, letting them pass through us.
There's that analogy, right? Thorn in your arm. You can protect it your whole life or just take it out.
Building defenses seems safe, but it limits your life. Removing the thorn hurts at first, but then there's healing, freedom.
Okay, big question then. How do we do that? Let go of stuff so deep inside.
That's where the book gets practical. It's not about pretending the past didn't happen or shoving feelings down. It's changing how we relate to them.
This is where some folks might get lost. What does this letting go look like day to day?
One key thing is non-resistance.
Non-resistance. Sounds kind of passive, like just giving up.
No. It's active, but without the usual struggle. See, resisting our experiences, that's what makes us suffer.
So instead of fighting, we work with things.
Exactly. Like sailing. You don't force the wind, you adjust your sails. Finding that spot where effort and effectiveness line up.
Ooh, I like that. So it's about handling life stuff with more grace, less inner battle.
Right. It takes a perspective shift, accepting what is, seeing challenges as growth opportunities, and trusting that there's a bigger picture even if we don't see it all right now.
It's all connecting now. The chatter, questioning who we are, those samskaras, letting go, no resistance. It's like we're taking down the walls of a house that's kept us trapped.
That's a perfect way to put it. And as those walls come down, we get this feeling of space, of freedom we might not have even known was possible.
So we spend our whole lives building those walls. Where do we even begin to take them down?
It can feel overwhelming, right? Like, we built this fortress, how do we even start dismantling it?
Yeah, exactly. It seems like such a massive undertaking.
It is, but the untethered soul reminds us that freedom, it starts inside.
Inside out, not the other way around.
Yep. Change how we handle thoughts, emotions, experiences. That's the key.
So it's not about changing what's happening around us, but how we react to it.
Exactly. The book uses this metaphor, right? We're in a dark house, but there's a sunny field all around us. We cling to our thoughts and fears like they're the walls keeping the light out.
Oh, I get it. We're so used to the dark, we forget there's even sunshine.
That's it. And the book is like a guide to finding the doors, the windows in that house.
Letting the light in, seeing what's beyond the walls.
Exactly. So how do we open up? How do we let that light in?
Yeah, good question. I'm ready for the answer.
One powerful tool is present moment awareness, shifting from all that mind chatter to just experiencing this moment right now.
Mindfulness is a big buzzword these days.
It is.
But the untethered soul really shows why it matters for a good life, you know. Breaking free from the past and the worry about the future.
Think about it. How much time do we spend on stuff that already happened or might happen? We're missing out on right now, the only time we actually have.
It's like we're sleepwalking, not really living, just lost in thought, missing all the good stuff around us.
Exactly. And the book gives us tools to get present. Conscious breathing, noticing our senses, seeing thoughts and feelings without getting swept up by them.
Like hitting pause on the inner drama and hearing the music that's always playing in the background.
Yes, become a curious observer, no judgment, no resistance. And from that stillness, we can see clearly, make good choices, handle challenges better.
So it's not just feeling calm, it's this deeper awareness that changes our whole experience.
You got it. And here's the wild part. The untethered soul says present moment awareness. It's not just stress relief, it's the path to spiritual awakening.
Okay, now you've got my attention.
Yeah.
How does being present lead to, like, spiritual stuff?
Our true nature, our essence, it is awareness. It's that consciousness watching everything.
Watching our thoughts, feelings, all of it.
But we get so caught up in the content of our minds, we lose touch with that deeper self.
It's like we're focused on the waves, forgetting there's a whole ocean underneath.
Beautiful analogy. And the book is like a guide to diving into that ocean, that boundless awareness that's already inside us.
So mindfulness isn't just calming down, it's connecting with who we truly are.
That's the idea. We're more than our thoughts, our emotions, the labels we give ourselves. We are awareness, pure consciousness, and that's where true freedom comes from.
And that freedom's not something we got to earn. It's already there, just waiting to be found.
It is. It's about removing the roadblocks, those mental and emotional things stopping us from experiencing it.
That's what this whole deep dive has been about, huh? Figuring out what the untethered soul teaches so we can wake up to who we really are.
You got it. We covered the mental chatter, that slippery sense of self, those samskaras, letting go, non-resistance, and being present. Lots to digest, but hopefully it's made you curious.
Curious, yeah. To explore more and see how this stuff can change your life.
Because that's what matters, not just knowing the book, but using it.
What speaks to you most? Which practices feel right? Trust yourself, try things out, see what happens.
And remember, this is a lifelong journey. No finish line for becoming untethered. It's ongoing, letting go, opening up, expanding our awareness, enjoying life every moment.
The journey itself is what's important.
Exactly.
Well said. And with that, we'll let you keep exploring the untethered soul. Hopefully this deep dive was a good start, something to inspire you on your path to more freedom, more joy, more of everything good. Thanks for being here.
Did you get any of that?